my name's Caitlin.
I'm Zach.
Today we are in Liverpool and we're going to take you with us. We have the in the steps of the Fab Four, but on here it says in the steps of the Beatles, which is essentially the same thing. So we are doing that. We got really lucky and were added to this excursion last minute. You know, there's a lot of people that are very upset they didn't get to get on this excursion. So it says Matthew Street is subject to traffic conditions and the guide discretion, so don't be too upset if you don't get to do that. I won't be too upset. I'm just lucky I even get to be in Liverpool and to do this tour, so I'm really happy. And we're heading out because we have to be there at 8:15. Hi!
205B?
Yes.
Okay. And then you have to go straight down.
Alright, thank you. So when you get off the ship, you're gonna turn right, then you're gonna walk straight down to the shuttle after you go through the little entryway, which we're about to go through right now. Once you exit that building, you're gonna walk up this ramp and you're gonna go in this building and then up that ramp. It's a little bit of a walk, but it's the only way to go, so. It's quite a steep ramp that you have to walk up, but there are hand railings if you need them. It's a little bit chaotic, so keep that in mind. We're 6 rows back, so still very chaotic out there. Probably the most chaotic port that we've been to this far. So now we're going into the museum, but look, straight across from it is Imagine. It's a little water boat, and it says Imagine Living for Today. John Lennon.
So you just turn left, make your way back to the coach. Okay?
It's gonna be a lot of copyright music here, but I'll try my best. Tickets are £19 for adults. Concessions is £15. Child ticket is £10.50, and family saver for 2 adults and 2 children is £50. They're giving us audio, so if you don't speak English, you can obviously get your own language and listen when you walk around the museum. He was on our ship last night and he talked about why he left the Beatles. These are definitely the coolest magnets I've seen. You can obviously get the full one right here, but that's very cool. I'd get Paul for obvious reasons. That's hilarious. We had about an hour in there. I wish we had longer because I could spend some serious time in there. My favorite part was probably the White Room with John Lennon and Yoko. Here's a little heart for from Royal Albert Dock, Liverpool for Pride. My own Abbey Road moment. We've actually been to Abbey Road. Last time we did our transatlantic cruise, we had 3 days in London and we went to Abbey Road, and I took about 5 photos walking across. I just remember one lady, she was elderly, she got mad because people kept walking across, not mad at me, but mad in general. Anyway, so now we're just walking around, just taking a little look-see. That looks good. Doesn't that look good? So here's a better view of the little marina. It's actually, Liverpool's actually a really beautiful city. I immediately like the city. Yeah, well, I mean, it does look a little bit, except for the architecture of the older buildings.
Now, if you want to get off, folks, it's literally for 10-15 minutes. We'll have a little walk around. If you don't want to get off, you can stay here with Chris.
If you want to get some t-shirts, they're £15. So there's a Matthews Street.
But the Cavern Club was opened in January 1957 by a doctor's son, a man called Alan Sidner. He visited Paris on the West Bank and he saw a basement jazz bar. So he thought, he'd come back to Liverpool, and he acquired the basement of number 10 Matthew Street, and he opened a jazz club. He called it the Cavern, after the French jazz club he'd seen in Paris called the Cavern de Paris. So he acquired the basement of number 10, opened it up, strictly jazz, no rock and roll, strictly jazz. Now the Beatles, they started their life out as the Quarrymen. We'll hear a little bit more about that later on. And they performed, this is before George, Paul and Ringo joined. It was John and Cricket school class. They performed in the Cavern Club in 1957 June. They played skiffle music, so the club owner allowed them to play this skiffle music. I'll explain a little bit more about skiffle when we get back on the bus. John Lennon couldn't help himself, he started playing rock and roll. The owner of the club wrote a note down, gave it to one of his workers and said, give that to Lennon. When John, who needed glasses, would never wear them, he put the glasses in the back. He read the note and it said, cut out the blood and rock. So he told him to stop playing rock and roll. Now the Beatles performed here 292 times from 1961 to 1963, dinner time sessions and evening sessions. All the top rock groups performed here. Then, shock horror, in 1973, the Liverpool Corporation wanted to build an underground subway. He said the Cavern had to go, they wanted to put an air shaft there. So they demolished the Victorian warehouse above it, infilled the Cavern Club, never built the air shaft, it just turned into a car park. What were they thinking? 1984, they dug up the car park, they found the remnants of the Cavern Club buried below ground and rebuilt the Cavern Club. This was 1984, so this is a reconstruction. Okay, so I'll show you where it is now. This is the Cavern Wall of Fame. Now each one of these bricks contain the name of a group or a performer that's appeared in the Cavern Club, in the old Cavern Club and the new Cavern Club. Groups like Oasis performed in the new Cavern Club. And every time I look at this, I see a different name. Look, Elton John, the Movie Blues, Oasis, Rod Stewart, Stevie Wonder, the Rolling Stones, you name it, they all appeared in the Cavern Club. And they all have their own designated brick. Now this statue of John Lennon, I think I look more like John Lennon. Okay, so these gold discs, these all represent a Liverpool-born artist who got to number 1 in the hit parade. We've had more Liverpool-born artists reach number 1 in the United Kingdom hit parade. The very first one here, 1953, Rita Rosa, born in Liverpool, and she sang "How Much Is That Dog in the Window." Okay, so that's Liverpool's Wall of Fame. Here we have the Cavern Club.
Okay, get that sign.
So this is a reconstruction. Opened in 1984, and if you look at the artwork, you saw the roses on the artwork outside the building. When the Cavern closed, this became the Cavern. Later on, it became Eric's, and this is where a lot of the punk rock bands appeared. And you can see on this plaque, Deaf School, Talking Heads, The Clash,
The
Police,
Clash.
The Ramones, they all appeared in Eric's.
That's crazy.
Okay, and if we look above here, can you see Beatles Street?
Yep.
4 lads who shook the world. You get a better view if you stand back here. So, this is by one of Liverpool's favourite sculptors and artists, a fellow called Arthur Dooley, sadly no longer with us. And that just says the 4 lads who shook the world, and you'll notice there's only 3. Somebody pinched Paul. Someone actually got a lad, they got up there and took Paul. All those little infants are, the baby dolls covered in. So this was the original entrance to the old Cavern Club. This is where I went in, this way. Now it's on 75% of its footprint. It's been turned 90 degrees and it's a lot deeper in the ground. But this is the way you go in. And how we know it's here, can you see that brick there?
Yeah.
You look across there, you'll see the brick. Strictly no alcohol for the first couple of years in here. Even when the Beatles performed, no alcohol, soft drinks only. If the Beatles or any other performing artist wanted a swift pint of beer, would go in the great public house just at the bottom on the left hand side.
So what do they do with this now?
This is for, look, it's not a shopping mall. It hasn't been a shopping mall. It's open in the weekend. Now, if you come back later on, you go in the Classic Club, we have live music there all day. They do charge, I think they charge £5 a day. It's well worth a visit.
So if you go right, take a right down there, and there's a statue of Eleanor Rigby down there. That's really cool. We got really lucky. Everybody came right as we're leaving. It's good timing.
Hard Day's Night Hotel. That's a guitar fretboard. 5 arches down, and that's number 9 Madison Street. That's where Ringo was born.
We're heading towards Penny Lane now. After a couple minute drive, we saw some of the houses where they grew up, specifically Ringo. But we're going to the Penny Lane sign now.
Okay, back on the bus, please. Big smile. There you go.
Thank you. There's a look at the sign. There's also one over there. Really quick stop, probably only like 2 minutes, but at least we got to see it.
And another famous Liverpool born chap went to school there. Back on the bus, folks, when you're ready. Sideways.
There's a look-see of what it looks like. Excuse me. So this is a better look at Strawberry Fields back there. He only had a 5-minute stop.
Someone in there, is there?
This is where John Lennon grew up.
Above the main bedroom window just says John Lennon born here. On the right hand side, halfway down, you see a house with a red slate roof. Paul's house is the one before that, so it's coming up on the left. Getting ready. We're not allowed to stop in the bus stops, you see, so. Look to your left, Portland Road. Now it's halfway down on the right hand side where that group of people are. And Paul was there from 1955 or 56, whoever you want to believe, right the way through till 1963.
We just got back from our tour. How did you enjoy it, Zachary?
It's fine.
As a Beatle person, or as a person that's not a Beatle fan, would you recommend it to somebody else?
No.
Really? You wouldn't say you
learned?
learned?
Even was.
Yeah, but you didn't learn anything?
Yeah, learn. I don't know what any of that stuff is.
I would recommend it, but I'm a Beatle fan. I mean, it's hard not to be a Beatle fan. Zachary just doesn't know about it. Yeah, he doesn't know anything about it, so that's fine. It's $350 for 2 people. I do think it's very pricey. However, it is 3 hours. You get to go to Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane. You get to go to the museum and do a complete walk through the museum. You get to see where they grew up and lived. And plus they gave us some other facts about Liverpool that we just didn't know, which is really nice. He showed us where they went to school and all kinds of stuff. I think it's very informative. Or from 9 to 12:30, or 12, so pretty decent amount of time for the price, I think. If you're not a Beatles fan, you still might do another tour that touches on the Beatles, because it's hard not to mention the Beatles when it's Liverpool. Oh, we also go to the Cavern Club.
I mean, that part was fine.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend it.